All right. So this is Phil Lindsey of Grapsody. I'm here with Brody King. How are you, sir?
We're good. We're alive. We're tired and hungry, and I need disinfectant for my hands, but we're good.
During WrestleCon weekend here, how is the weekend going for you so far?
So far, so good. I got in this morning. Not a lot of sleep last night, but the people have been nice, and we're in Vegas. I've already lost some money, so.
You're in the middle of a kind of a transition period, coming out of the House of Black, moving on to Hounds of Hell. How is that for you so far?
How's what?
What's been? Talk to me about the transition from House of Black to House of Hell.
Well, House of Black ended pretty kind of suddenly, I guess. Unfortunately, I had a great time doing House of Black. Nothing but respect to those guys. They're my brothers forever. But now we're on the Hounds of Hell, and I feel like that's more of the most authentic version of myself.
Yes.
I feel like I'm bleeding my band, like God's Hate, with wrestling more with that, and what you see is what you get. That's kind of like the person I am outside of wrestling as well.
So what would you say is the big difference doing this stuff in Hounds of Hell from House of Black?
It's more based in reality, I guess. We're more human, if you will. I think you can see a different side of myself and Julia and Buddy that was kind of more in the smoke and mystique of House of Black.
Did you come up with the new name and the new visuals for it?
Yeah, Buddy and I kind of collaboratively came up with everything.
So far, with the new group, is the aspirations the trios belts, or are you trying to look for a world title?
Trios belts. I mean, me, Buddy, and Julia with trios titles. That sounds pretty cool. I don't know. There's always an aspiration for just anything, really. I think that whether it's single success or trios or tag, I think we kind of have all bases covered. Julia's a former champion in a singles capacity. I would love to see her with another girl. I mean, her and Chris Statlander just won their match last night on Collision. I think that they would be a great tag team. Maybe bring Chris Statlander into the Hounds of Hell. You never know.
Could be dope. You did quite a few tournaments so far, the Continental Classic, recently the Owen Hart Cup. How's it been taking part in the tournament for AEW so far?
I keep losing these damn tournaments, man.
I know. We want some better result for you.
What the hell? But no, I really enjoy tournament-style wrestling. I really enjoy pushing yourself every week and trying to have a better match than the week before, and just going up against the best talent in AEW is the most rewarding thing in the world. It's you might not always get the W, but you know that you left it all out there.
Yes. Speaking of tournaments, we've seen a few AEW wrestlers go to Japan and compete in the Best of Super Juniors or the G1. Do you have any aspirations of doing something like that?
I never say never. I mean, Japanese wrestling is where my heart lies. I think everybody can see that through my style of wrestling. But New Japan Pro Wrestling, I love competing for them every time I do. The G1 would be awesome. Tag League would be awesome. I'm never not open to any of it.
Yeah. Just so far with AEW and just how big this shift has been. Like I said, what would you say about just your experience working with AEW so far?
I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about AEW. We're constantly pushing the envelope. We're constantly bringing our style of wrestling and what we love about wrestling to the mainstream.
Yes.
Whether that be Japanese wrestling or crazy hardcore wrestling, AEW I feel kind of brings back a lot of what brought people my age into wrestling is, the blood and the violence and the more hard-hitting stuff. And, we also have an incredible women's division. I feel across the board we are nailing the in-ring talent and in-ring ability to the highest level. When you see a match like Takeshita versus Will Ospreay on free TV, that's a treat in itself, and we kind of do that, all the time.
Yeah, just that tagline of "We're the best wrestlers wrestle" definitely has to get guys like you to want to push the bar and want to raise that standard for wrestling, right?
Yeah, especially when you have guys like Takeshita and Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega, and it's you have these guys that are constantly in the picture of best wrestler ever, best wrestler currently. So it's like you always want to challenge yourself to be like, okay, what's it look like if I'm in the ring with him? Like, how do I match up with that? And, you know, I got to wrestle Takeshita recently. I got to wrestle Will Ospreay recently. I would love to have a match with Kenny Omega and really push myself in that way. But I feel like where the best wrestlers wrestle is the perfect tagline for AEW.
Speaking of some of those names, Kenny Omega, are there any other wrestlers you'd love to get in a ring with?
Samoa Joe.
Oh, that is a big one. We haven't seen that one yet, right?
That is you know, the word dream match gets thrown around a lot, but Joe is somebody that I've been watching since I became a wrestler. You know, obviously our styles are very interchangeable with each other, and you know, he's a legend of this business and one of the best big men ever, and I think that it would be an honor to step in the ring with Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Listen, thank you for your time. Appreciate you. This has been Grapsody. I'm Phil Lindsey. Brody King. We're out of here.
Life is hard, be harder. Bye.